And now, words of wisdom with Shrek.
Twitter gives me the feeling that I'm being followed.
And on that auspicious note, we welcome you inside Fourth and Pain, the only pro wrestling show to be hosted by an NFL player and a weight loss champion. He's Redskins defensive end Adam Carriker.
You're short.
I'm former wrestling announcer turned weight loss champion Chuck Carroll. And this is Fourth and Pain. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Fourth and Pain, like us on Facebook, and whatever else you do. In addition to listening to us Sunday mornings on 106.7 The Fan, be sure to have lunch with us each and every weekday at fourthandpain.com. High noon Eastern, fresh content, as always, low calorie, high energy, and wow, what a ginormous game. You are a big deal. What a ginormous game we have this evening. The Dallas Cowboys coming to FedEx Field, the NFC East, the division title on the line. Adam Carriker, does it get any bigger than this?
You're referring to my glorious Anchorman shirt? No, it does not. It does not get any bigger than this. This is why you play the game. This is why you play football. You want to win NFC East championships. You want to be in the playoffs. You want to play for the Super Bowl, and it all starts Sunday night.
It's
tonight.
Dude, I mean, this is an epically huge game. I remember speaking to somebody this past week about this game. There hasn't been a game in D.C. of this magnitude in so many years, especially against Dallas. With the division title on the line, final game of the season, kind of harken back all the way to the early 80s at RFK. I think it was 82, 83, maybe even 81, somewhere in the early 80s. The exact situation played out, and Adam, I swear RFK almost crumbled to the ground that night. And for the first time, I believe the stands at FedEx Field will actually be rocking.
First of all, I can't wait. Second of all, that brings up a question in my mind. Is this bigger than the Nationals playoff game last summer?
Yes.
In your mind? In your mind, it's yes.
I mean,
Okay.
10
All right.
million percent. Why? Because I know that you've only been here for 3 seasons, but you should already know this. This town, its pulse literally beats with the Redskins. Honest to God, it is a phenomenon. The Washington Capitals, great franchise. People love to rock the red if there was hockey. Everybody gets swept up in attitude this past season. But those seasons, they get so quickly forgotten. This season, what Robert Griffin III is able to do. This season, what the Washington Redskins have done since coming out of that bye week. This is something that will be talked about for generations and be passed down. 20 years from now, if I'm lucky enough to have a kid, I'm going to say, hey, Junior, guess what? I was doing this really cool radio show with the Redskins player, and here's what the team did. It will go down in lore. This will be talked about for years and years and years to come.
If you do have a kid, we'll know she's all about inner beauty. But the thing is, this is a big game.
Wow.
What, you
Wow.
didn't like
I
that?
try to have a moment, and you take it there.
You know, you're my guy. How was your Christmas?
It was a wonderful Christmas.
Did you have a good Christmas?
I did have
I invited
a good
you over. You had family, though. I understand.
did.
You're always welcome.
It was a quiet Christmas. My mother came in later in the week, but it was just my brother, sister-in-law, and I. And we actually wound up having a Christmas cookout, of all things. Burgers and chicken on the grill. Yeah.
I like it. That's very unique and different. I like it.
Yeah, that's how it's
not redneckish at all. But I'm going to be at the game tonight. I've got an admission. I haven't been yet because I've been on crutches for 3 months, and I'm excited about 2 things. Finally, I'm going to go to a game because number 2, I'm off these stupid crutches, so I can actually move without getting chaffish under my arm. So I am hoping this place is rocking. I'm hoping the seats are moving. Maybe a few things come loose and shake loose because it's going so crazy. I am excited. I wish I could play. It drives me nuts that I can't, but my boys are going to take care of business.
And we're all very happy for you that you were able to finally get off of those crutches.
Oh,
for
dear
one more,
Lord.
man. Here we go. All right, here we go. Saw a report this past week. Regardless of what happens tonight, Jason Garrett is safe. Will be back with the Dallas Cowboys again next season. Does this take some of the pressure off, do you think? I mean, honestly, even if it's just the slightest little bit, does Washington have a little bit of an edge knowing that everything is kind of wrapped up in a neat little bow heading into 2013 for the Cowboys?
Well, I mean, we know that Shanahan's coming back, so does that give the Cowboys an edge? No. I mean, this is playoff football. This is fighting to win a ring. This is fighting to win championships. Tony Romo's trying to prove everybody wrong. There's people out there, not me, but there are people out there that call him an accident waiting to happen. They've dubbed the Cowboys this, and they're trying to prove all these people wrong. The Washington Redskins, we're sick of hearing about how we're not good and how we haven't been good for decades and decades, so we're trying to prove those people wrong. We're both fighting hard to win this game.
All right, well, speaking of winning this game, Adam, here on Fourth and Pain, why don't you give me your keys to the game? How is it that the Washington Redskins are going to win a 7th straight and march into the playoffs as NFC East champions?
Well, we're going to start on defense because offense puts butts in the seats, but defense wins championships. So we're going to start with the defense. The first thing you got to do is get pressure on Tony Romo. The guy has the capability of making great plays. He has the capability of just dazzling you. And then he'll turn around and he'll throw a few picks. So you want to put the pressure on him. You want to bring the heat. You want to make him make those tough decisions, hopefully some mistakes. The next thing you need to do, and we've actually been very good at this all year, and that's holding teams to field goals, not touchdowns.
Right.
You know, people want to call it bend, don't break, whatever. 3 points, it's less than half as good as 7. Literally, it's less than half as good.
Good math.
So thank you. I work hard. But the bottom line is you hold them to field goals, not touch. Hopefully you hold them to nothing, but you got to be realistic. Those guys are getting paid too. And then on offense, we need to continue to take care of the football. We are last in the NFL, which makes us first in turnovers because we've turned the ball over the least amount of any team in the NFL.
Ridiculous turnover margin.
And we just need to keep that going. Hold on, knock on wood. Give me your head. Knock on wood so we don't jinx ourselves there. Which leads me to the second thing, which is penalties. We're the most penalized team in the league. Some of those were a little shaky to me, but it is what it is. You know, we didn't have the best refs the whole year, and even them, they make good calls, bad calls. It is what it is. Football's a game. It's part of the game. But we got to keep those to a minimum because that's how you win games, and that's going to be huge in winning the game tonight. Oh, I do have one last key. How much time we got?
We got about 30 seconds here.
We got about 30 seconds. I got one last key, and special teams is often overlooked. And to me, Niles Paul, Crawford, who had the big return against the Ravens, the return game and field goal position is going to be field position, not field goal, but field position is going to be huge, getting big returns. And also, Sav Rocca is great at pinning the opposition deep inside the 20 when he gets the opportunity to do so. So pinning the other team deep and also getting these good returns so that our offense has good field position to score points.
And so now we bring in Angie Carriker. Time to check the Peyton pulse.
How you doing, sweetie?
Busy, but good.
How was your Christmas, Ange?
It was really good. The kids are beyond spoiled, but it's really fun watching their little eyes light up and opening presents. So it was a really good Christmas.
And I can say the Santa ate the cookies, drank the milk, and the reindeer ate the carrots.
Oh, you left the carrots out for the reindeer.
Well, she did, but I can attest that this happened. I saw the crumbs the following morning.
My cousin's children, they actually drug a tub into the living room and filled it with water so the reindeer would have water to drink on Christmas night. I thought
I've never heard of that. That's
yeah,
awesome.
neither had I until Christmas this year.
You know what's funny? We were actually talking about leaving Gatorade out for the reindeer next year so they'd be hydrated. True story.
Got to make sure Rudolph gets in those electrolytes.
All right. Well, we are going to do something a little bit different this week. We're going to do a little MVP debate, and obviously Peyton is one of the candidates. Now, I know who my wife's pick is, and hers is a little bit different than what you would think. So we're going to save her for last. Who's your guy and why?
It absolutely has to be.
It doesn't have to be, but okay.
Well, in my opinion, it absolutely has to be Peyton Manning. This is a guy that's led the Denver Broncos heading into Sunday. 10 victories in a row. Missed all of last year with that hideous neck injury. Nobody knew whether or not he was going to come back. And if he did, was he going to be effective? Not only is he effective, he's got the Denver Broncos into the playoffs. And if you can name me a better team in the AFC right now, a hotter team in the AFC, I'd like to hear it.
New England Patriots. But here's what I'll say.
Wrong.
I say you can take out Manning, plug in what Tebow did last year. Same thing. To me, if you take Adrian Peterson off the Vikings are not that good. Coming into this weekend, Adrian Peterson averaged more yards per rush than Christian Ponder averaged yards per pass attempt.
That's quite the same.
That's carrying the load. But let's get to the ultimate important opinion. Who do you got for MVP, sweetie?
I got the man in DC, RG3.
The man in DC,
okay. All right. Okay.
You like that alliterative.
Okay.
Bit.
Why is that?
The last Super Bowl that the Redskins were in was in 1991. The last playoff appearance was in 2007. The last solid QB was in 1991, Mark Rippon. He's thrown the fewest interceptions in the NFL.
That's true.
With 5. He's number 1 in the NFL in yards per attempt at 8.27 yards.
Second place isn't even close, by the way.
QBs in the NFL in rushing with 752 yards. I don't think Peyton Manning can run that far at all.
Without falling down.
He's the number 2 quarterback rating in the NFL at 100.4.
Look
Nice.
at that.
Nice. I think he's actually the 24th quarterback since Mark Rippon with a QBR of 104.1. Like, wow, that is insane.
That sounds right.
She may have swayed me.
Rookie.
Yeah, she may have swayed me.
I mean, you look at, I mean, among those lists, you're talking about guys like Denny Werfel, Shane Matthews, Gus Farrat, Heath Schuler. I mean, just atrocious arms under center.
I mean, she said it. You know, it's been since 91, since the Super Bowl, 07, since the playoff, and look at what he's done in his first year. She makes a very good case. In fact, I think our fans should tweet us. Tweet us at Fourth and Payne. Let us know. Who do you like? Do you like Peyton Manning? Do you like Adrian Peterson? Do you like Robert Griffin III?
I like it. Hey, Ange, before we let you go, question. This one's just kind of been making the rounds this week on Fourth and Payne. If the Redskins were a pro wrestler, who would they be?
John Cena. Because they can't see Robert Griffin, and you can't see me.
Angie
I
Carriker.
did the hand gesture, too. Even though you can't see me, I was doing the hand gesture.
She's doing the hand gesture.
Angie Carriker with the Peyton Pulse. We will speak with you again next week. This is Fourth and Payne. We'll be right back.